keep fitting more wood in. No problem. Shut up. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and we are back playing Minecraft Let's Build Jurassic Park, and I have been a busy little bee, so I'm gonna do a 5-minute update kind of thing, and then we're gonna go work on our next exhibit, which you will be able to tell from the thumbnail and from the title is obviously not what we originally planned to do. So I'm gonna explain all that in a moment as we go through and explain. Why do I have an oven? I have an oven. Anyways, I have updated the waterfall slightly so it kind of tumbles a bit more naturally. I think it looks a little bit better. Anyways, so this is the plan. We're going to build our track along here. I'm still not sure about how I'm going to build the path. I'm not 100% on that. I think we're going to mix it up. I think the path itself doesn't have to be a dirt path, it can just be a nice looking path. I think that's going to be a better idea. Anyways, more importantly, let's head over in this direction because I have a big old tree, as everyone recommended, and I can walk here. And over here is our Brachiosaur, fully contained, going absolutely bloody nowhere. How you doing, gorgeous? And so forth. And if we walk to the edge over here, hopefully those guys over there will pop into view. There's our Brachiosaurs, there's our Parasaurs as well. But what's this? I can't walk any further forward. There appears to be blocks in the way. A few people recommended this mod called, I believe it's called Secret Rooms or something. I should update the mod list before this video goes up tonight, but if I forget, I'm sorry, I'll do that in the next part. I'm kind of rushing this. I did actually record this entire video earlier today, but had many problems, so I'm just kind of going to do it again, basically. So anyways, we've got this secret thing. If I do this, you can see what I've actually put in there. Now, there is a problem with that. Sometimes you stand at the edge here and they don't quite spawn in, so we might have to pull this a little bit further out. But by and large, this has just contained the Brachiosaur. We're probably going to have to put some down here as well, and then maybe down here, and just keep the Brachiosaur standing sort of here. That'd be nice, just contained right here. And it'll look completely natural. You won't be able to see that it's contained at all, but it won't be able to actually move. This mod is amazing. It's going to make my life a bajillion times better in terms of what we can do with these dinosaur exhibits. It's really cool. So thank you to everyone, the many people who recommended it. That's nearly English. Who recommended it to me. Hello, beautiful. B-E-A, beautiful. Right, moving on. So the plan is you're going to get out of the car here, and then you're going to get onto another car on this track instead, or the track will curl here, and you'll get off, and then you'll get back on, and then you'll go choo-choo. I decided to do it like that so we can put loads of trees here and just kind of buff this whole area up and make it all a little bit more, I don't really bloody know. Anyways, moving on. So we're going to go back down here, and remember you're going to be on the right-hand side of the track, and this time, instead of it going left and back over there, it turns right and through this hidden sneaky bit, which you can't really see through, which is really cool. You go through, you go, you kind of, and then and you see the Jurassic Park gates and stuff, which is pretty cool, I think. I do actually have a new type of block called volcanic, and I think this actually might be better than coal, so I might redo the entire bloody thing. I'm not sure, I don't like that one, but maybe I like that one. I don't know if that's an improvement. I also don't know if that's going to work with chisel, and if it doesn't work with chisel, then we can't use it. But I think that might look better. But it isn't really brick in the film, is it? So I don't really know, to be quite honest. We'll see. That's it's a potential idea down the line, though. Let's leave it at that. Anyways, you can still see the Brachiosaur. So we need to be able to get to the next exhibit, and the next exhibit is going to be the DILOPHOSAURUS exhibit. I've had a little think about this, and I've decided that the whole scene with the Mr. DNA and the cinema, for one, I don't think you could make it in Minecraft and make it look good enough to warrant it. Like, we're not going to be able to have a cinema screen, you know, obviously with an actual movie playing. So it's going to lose a lot of impact. And I just don't think it's a pivotal scene in the film. I don't think it's that important. The point isn't to remake Jurassic Park here. It's a tour that goes through the pivotal scenes in the film. That's the idea that we're doing here, and that's why I think I'm going to redo the road as well, to sort of redesign it and make it look a little bit nicer. Because at the end of the day, I want this to feel like a theme park ride. Like, imagine it's Universal's ride at Universal Studios, and you go through on your little theme park ride, and you experience all these things, and the things you experience are a recreation of Jurassic Park. Well, they're not, as it happens, but they should be. You experience these recreations of Jurassic Park, but the mode of transport and how many of those things are there isn't directly from the film. So I am going to make myself a nice, good-looking road, I think. Anyways, the road is going to lead you down here. This is obviously not done. I kind of want advice on what you guys think we should do, but I'm thinking some slabs and some different stone textures and stuff like that. And the idea is you'll come off this left one and you'll end up on the middle part. And the whole thing's going to be 5 wide, so this will get extended out a little bit. And we'll probably have... So this middle block will be a different colour, and then these two will be different colours, and then it'll raise up with slabs at the side. I think that's probably the route we're going to go down. We might actually drop it down by one in the middle. If you think about a car... I don't really have a good example, but it would like have a wheel in the middle, right? Or like an electric thing, and it would follow along that path. So if this was dropped down by one and had, say, iron bars underneath it, that could look... Let's just give that a little go. Quick little try. So it'd be something like this. I mean, it wouldn't be that because that looks terrible. But you know what? You kind of get what I'm saying. Something like that. Moving on. So we're going to go down here and just kind of experience this lovely little area. Obviously, this will be safer. Eventually, it'll be less likely some child is going to fall out. The thing with Minecraft is, I obviously can't just go... we're going to have areas like this where we move around and curl around and go up like weird little bits. As much as I can kind of flatten the world, there are limits to what we can do. I mean, I could have just made all this area grass, but it's a nice place, you know? So you're on your little tour ride, and you're going along. Hello. And we're going to go over here, and we're going to go over here, and we're going to go over here. And then we go up here. And this is where our DILOPHOSAURus paddock is going to be. Hop, 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 hop. Hop. Right, down this way. This needs extending outwards. And then down here, in this lovely shaded area. Very pretty. And then on the left-hand side... DILOPHOSAURus paddock-ish. And this is what I mainly want to talk to you guys about today. This is the fence episode. I'm going to just grab some stuff here. I've downloaded a few new mods. I've got hold of Jurassic Craft, and I want to show you guys something. Now this is really cool. This is genuinely pretty cool. So we want to put that there. Oopsie daisy, that's not right. Put that there, put that there. Okay, now we need some redstone. And we need some iron ingots. Actually, we're going to need much more of these things. Shift click, silly. And shift click on that. There we go. And then we click on here. We put in that way. We add the iron ingots. We add the redstone. We click build fence. Ta-da! It's a fence! It's really cool, right? And that can be electrified, blah, blah, blah. And it's a quite good Jurassic Park looking fence. However, I really want all the fences we build in this to be the same throughout the game, basically. I want every single fence we put in to be identical. And the problem with this is it doesn't scale at all. It can work for this, it's a low scale fence, but this is as big as it goes. You can't stack the blocks on top of each other or stack these on top. You can't stack any of these up, basically. You could raise the whole thing and put this on top, but then that just has other issues. So this isn't going to... Can I get those? I wonder if I can add these in. That would actually be really helpful to me. Why are you the wrong way? If you were the right way, that would be... Okay, so I was actually... This little area here, by the way, is really big. I can't build here. This little block, every time I try. This little block right here, I can't build. Right, so anyways, the main thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today was this grid. I was going to say, basically, what I want to be able to do is build my own fence. Probably something like this. Maybe not exactly this, but be able to design my own fence and the fence poles and all that kind of stuff. But the problem I was having was an inability to get the right kind of fence wire between the two. None of the iron bars work. Red Raptor, who very nicely made the paintings for us, did try to make one, but at the end of the day, I just didn't like how it looked. And until this very moment, I hadn't thought about trying to steal this, because this you can't actually build. This is created by these fences when they're made. Like, this isn't an actual item that you could craft in-game if you were playing on survival mode. But because this is creative, we can steal it. So this is amazing. Now, all I need to do is make sure it looks okay. Oh, we're not going to build there, obviously, but let's just stack this up by one more. I want to see if this is going to look okay. Oh my god, that's so good! I know this doesn't seem like a big deal, but I spent so long I've downloaded like 12 new mods, like industrial craft and more buildcraft stuff and more flan stuff and mechanism and all this stuff to try and find that. And it was right there all along. That is perfect. Absolutely goddamn perfect. I am so impressed right now with that. Is it stupid how excited I am? I don't care. I'm really happy. Okay, we don't need to get rid of this. So this is really cool. It's turned out to be very helpful. If this scaled all the way up, we'd probably use it because I do like how it looks. And we actually might use this as the base because I think that looks pretty good. Yeah? I really like the look of that. My trees go, bloody hell, I didn't know I could fit this many in, frankly. Just keep fitting more wood in, no problem. Shut up. Okay, that one's not going to work. That one is. Yay, baby tree! I think it's just because it's kind of clipping the other trees more than anything else. Well, don't worry again. I reckon there's nearly enough trees. Nearly. Not quite. Nearly. The Dilophosaurus is going to hate this exhibit. It's not going to be a happy Dilophosaurus. And I'm like, oh, hello, baby tree. I really am going to put one in here. Dilophosauruses are going to come back. We're obviously going to remake the Nedry scene later on because it's such a pivotal scene in the film. I'm gonna actually let's go through what we think is gonna be the next few scenes. So next up is the Triceratops, right? That is the next big scene, as far as I'm remembering that correctly. Yeah. Next up is the Triceratops. After the Triceratops is the T-Rex. I'm so excited about that. That exhibit. It's gonna look awesome. I've got some plans. It's gonna look baller. All right, put it that way. After the T-Rex, it's maybe after the T-Rex. I think it's Nedry actually. Unless I've gone crazy. I think it's Nedry after the T-Rex. Then it's the Brachiosaurs in the tree. I'm not 100% sure we're going to put that in. We shall see at the time. Whether that's sort of a big enough scene, in my opinion. We shall see. It's pretty big. We do like a whole thing where you find a raptor nest, and then you have to climb up the tree. And then we could even find a way to kind of put a car in the tree for that. I don't know how we do that, but we can have a look at that. And then you get chased by the T-Rex. I don't think that's going in, where Malcolm and Sattler in the car, where they get chased by the T-Rex. I think we'd skip that. Then there's a bit with the electric fence, which we'd skip. And around the same time, it's the scene with the Gallimimuses and the T-Rex. That's obviously going in. So is the scene where Sattler goes into the bunker to reset the power with all the raptors. That would go in as well. I'm really excited to build like this big underground bunker with raptors stalking through the walls and stuff. That'd be really cool actually as well. Yeah, that's gonna be baller. We can do that as well. And then it's kind of just like the final stuff in the visitor center. And the visitor center would be like 4 scenes in one, really. Maybe do the kitchen scene. I don't know. I've got a few mods in that'll help with that. I keep trying to install DecoCraft, and you know what? It just breaks my game every single time. God knows why. This looks really cool. Can I just point that out? Look at it. It's like Jurassic Park. You get out of the way, please. Oh, wait, yeah. And let's just... Why have I done that? Seems bad. I think it's pretty good. Yeah? I think it kind of looks like the Dilophosaurus exhibit. Dark and overgrown and hard to see into. Pressing their face up against the glass as they drive past, trying to spot him roaming around in. And then you carry on towards the Triceratops. Actually, you carry on towards the T-Rex, as it happens. It's a little bit weird, but in the film they must effectively back on themselves. Because you go through the T-Rex exhibit in the daytime with the goat and all that, and then you go see the Triceratops, and then they're heading back the same way. So the track does actually kind of turn on itself, and they go back and they emerge back at the visitor center eventually. So I don't think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go straight into Triceratops, straight into T-Rex, straight into visitor center, because with the T-Rex exhibit, I want the gate to be broken. And the good thing about these invisible block is, what we can do is we can have the T-Rex halfway through the gate, but contained, so it'll look like he's breaking through, or like he's halfway through breaking through this fence, and it'll be raining and dark, and there's no way of doing that twice, kind of thing. Unless I build the entire thing twice, which I'm not going to do, or MC edit it, or whatever. I don't think the daytime scene is big enough to warrant it, but the nighttime scene is. So I think that's the plan. I really like this. I think this looks really cool. One thing I'm going to have a little look for, I've got a sign pack, or like a mod that has a bunch of signs, if I can find them. I'm wondering if there's any here that would be pretty cool. Like a... It's looking for like an electricity sign, you know, like a warning sign. As it happens, they're all rubbish. Though, one of these will be good for Nedry later on, when we do the docks. I mean, I'm sure we can find ways to use some of these to make the whole thing look a bit cooler, but for now, that's rubbish. However, Red Raptor, the lovely Red Raptor, did include a thing. I'm just going to build this up, and we'll do a little tester. Oopsie daisy. There is a... I've seen it. There's a Dilophosaurus sign in this collection, and I can't find it for some reason. I don't really know what's causing that problem. There's a dock sign. We can use that later on with Nedgy. That's going to be awesome. We've got the when the dinosaurs ruled the Earth, so we can use that for the... That's what I'm looking for, right there. But I want that on the fence itself, right? Like here. I wonder if these go... Yeah! Ah, look at that! Awesome. It's a little bit blurry, but yeah, we'll get over it. I'm on board. I'm actually on board. It's going to look a bit better as well when the path is 4 wide rather than 3, so there'll be less grass kind of in that gap. And I am going to try to find a way to get a Dilophosaurus sign here. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with all this. I think that looks really good. I think I maybe need to build up the right-hand side as well. It's a very dark, overgrown, very canopy-heavy kind of area. It's very... You know, there's not much light coming from overhead when you see it in the film. So I think if I cover this area on the right with trees and maybe pull the branches along a little bit, that'll help with that kind of effect. We were quite high up, so naturally it's not going to be that dark. But the left-hand side is... yeah, it's working for me. Right, let's get a Dilophosaurus. Let's stick him in there. Just one little Dilophosaurus right down here at the back. Now, if he can escape, he will run straight to the exit. Hello. Ah. That's baller. Right. Get in the car, It's obviously not a car, but still. Driving along. Next up, you will see Dilophosaurus. Peering out of the car. You can just see him there. You can just spot him, but you'd have to really peer and hope that he happens to walk past, which is exactly what I was looking for. Slight hint, and then he walks to the frickin' edge, and you can see him really easily. But he won't always be there, and we could even contain him with things pretty easily. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. This has really turned out well. I think the fence could be a little bit more designed, just a little bit, but I'm not really sure about that. I think the simplicity is part of it. I think it is part of the film. I'm not sure which is better between these two. I think I prefer this. And using this over that gives me more design space kind of thing. There's only some... I can't stack these on top of each other or anything, whereas with these I can stack them, I can pull them out, blah. Yeah, but yeah, that's really cool. So I'd love some suggestions from you guys. What do I do about the little Dilophosaurus sign? Is it that big a deal? I'd like to have one, but it's not the end of the world. What do we do about the fences? And then next episode, Triceratops. We're going to head down here, probably to the left. I might actually just kill this river. What I'm tempted to do is basically delete this island, actually, now that I think about it. I could delete pretty much all of that, flatten it into a big grass field, and that just gives us so much to play with. So we'll drop down, you'll drive forward a little bit. Maybe not all of it. Maybe I'll make this grass and you'll drive forward down here and open into this area, and that's destroyed. I think that's a really good idea. It's going to take a little bit of work, but frankly, I'm happy to put the work in because I think this is going to be super cool by the time we're done. Before we go, one little change needs to be made, because if we hop back over here to our entrance, if you look at the Jurassic Park entrance, it actually has these same things. Oh, I'm so happy I found these! Oh my god! I cannot overstate how much work I put in just trying to find a frickin' fence. But yeah, it's got some of these. No, that's a little stupid, doesn't it? Let's just do that. Whatever, it's not a big deal. You're not really going to see that. It's just... you just make out a little bit of it on the left and right. And it's important. Little aesthetic touches like that. And there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brachiosaurus. Start. Entrance. Dilophosaurus Paddock. All in this little space. It's going to be so good by the time we're finished. Oh, and I love that it comes back. In the back of the Dilophosaurus exhibit. The back of the Dilophosaurus exhibit is actually the waterfall. Because that right there is the Dilo exhibit. Look. And there's a waterfall. How cool is that? Yeah, I'm happy with it. I really am. So, before next episode, I will work on the road. And I will do all of that stuff that I just said about this whole area. It's going to take a little bit of time, so we may only do 2 episodes this week. It may be more towards the end of the week before we get to part 5, but I will get it done. I promise. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. Let me know comments down below in the comments section, which would make a lot of sense. Because, yeah, I just need some little tips on how you guys think the fence should be done and stuff like that. But generally speaking, I'm really happy with the whole thing so far. I think it's really cool. What do you think, little Dilophosaurus? He thinks it's cool too. Thanks for joining me. Cheers. Much love as always. Bye-bye.